greetings and welcome to another exciting Morrowind Mod of the Day showcase. And today we're covering a set of mods overhauling one of the just most important aspects of any RPG, which is, of course, all that sweet loot. Morrowind, like any RPG, is a glorified loot simulator. And if you're anything like me, you like to grab anything that isn't nailed down. And today we're taking a look at 3 mods for both MWC and OpenMW that just enhance that looting process. The first of which is Animated Pickup by Seathreeper. In vanilla Morrowind, looting objects out in the game world was just, a rather simple affair. You clicked on an item, and it disappeared only to reappear in your inventory. Simple, but perhaps just a little unimmersive. Animated pickup adds an animation effect to the looting process, very similar to Borderlands, where objects will fly towards you when clicked on. And this works for any and all objects out in the game world. Be they bottles, plates, piles of gold, diamonds, teapots, assorted ingredients, potions, clothing, armor, weapons, and anything and everything that you can think of. Now, this isn't, exactly a huge, revolutionary change in terms of looting mechanics. But it is just, a lot of fun to play around with. Watching all those shiny bubbles and lootable goods flying into your inventory. No more mere static, sudden disappearances. The author notes this makes looting a more satisfying experience. And having used it for a few hours now, I have to concur with that assessment. It is an incredibly minor, but still just a really neat change. I should note, it is also incredibly similar to Enhanced Telekinesis by Upperjack and Carpulio, originally released way back in 2020, which added a very similar mechanic to the telekinesis spells in Morrowind, allowing you to hover items towards you with just a neat little magical glowing effect. Obviously, a slightly different implementation compared to animated pickup, but visually a clearly similar idea, and both of these mods do, of course, work together. Now, while animated pickup is for MWC, our next mod isn't, with OpenMW Animated Pickup and Sneak to Steal by TIE Technic. Released just days after animated pickup, this mod adds basically the exact same functionality to looting, but, of course, for OpenMW. Now, when you loot items in OpenMW, those items will hover towards you. Again, just like in the original mod, and just like in Borderlands. So, regardless of which platform you use, there is a mod available to give you this neat little feature. But that's not the only feature this mod includes. It also includes another just little quality of life improvement, requiring you to enter sneak mode in order to steal items. Now, there's been quite a few mods of this premise over the years, and it is just an incredibly handy feature to just help prevent you from, say, accidentally stealing something when you were actually just trying to ask an NPC a question. And now you have to run for your life because everyone is trying to kill you. It was a mistake, an honest mistake. But now you don't have to worry about that, for this feature just makes it so that you have to actually intend to steal an item in order to, steal an item. Our third mod is a bit different from the others. More a visual UI and HUD mod than an animation mod. For our next mod is Loot Detector MWC by Gero Territor, a quality-of-life visual aid for the looting experience, providing a customized tool for detecting nearby items and or loot for you to pilfer or steal. With Loot Detector, you'll see icons appear on your HUD for items that you can pick up. White for unowned objects, and red for owned, with 3 different types of icons. A hand icon for various items, a chest icon for containers, and a leaf icon for flora that you can harvest. When you pick up an object or loot a container, the icon then disappears. And of course, this mod comes with a full range of customization features to dictate when and where these icons appear. You can customize it so icons will only appear for loot over a certain value. So you'll only see those HUD icons for truly valuable items. You can also set the distance for which these icons will appear, within 10 feet or 100 depending on your settings. And you can adjust the size and scale of these icons. Have them be tiny or larger, just whatever you want. Icons will automatically appear through obstacles, allowing you to see loot that you may have otherwise missed. And their size will change just, based on how close you are, becoming smaller as you get closer. Now, depending on your settings, this can be quite handy for finding and detecting loot. Though, maybe also just potentially unbalancing, depending on whether you like the challenge of finding valuable objects in various environments. I mean, Bethesda was famous for hiding stuff, and this could potentially take away some of the thrill of discovering some cleverly hidden piece of loot. But it is, a feature that a lot of more modern games have. You've seen it countless times, like in Borderlands or Fable. Loot will be highlighted with a little glow or an icon. And if you're looking for that modernized experience with full customization settings, so you can maybe try and balance, when those icons appear, this is a great mod that is certainly worth checking out. But that's just about everything for today, so as always, I've been your host, Golf Guy. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.